Hello, everybody. Welcome to RocketCast. Today, I've got Big Perms joining me as usual, and our good buddy Phenomenal. He's going to be over here talking about his project QTN.
Ooh, what a do.
How you doing?
Not too shabby, not too shabby. How you guys doing?
Doing all right, Biggie. How's your Sunday treating you?
It's all right, dude. It's a little
It's
slow. We're a little low on beer, but we're here.
Hey, that rhymes.
It does.
Hey, we don't really need beer when we got the fucking cognac.
All right. that was a really good noise you just made. Do it again. Hey, I like that. It's got the little slosh noise at the same time.
We do a little sloshing.
So we're gonna be mainly. God, it feels like all we do is talk about NFTs on this show now, huh?
Yeah, well, you got the NFT man on.
Well, who's that? One of them. Who's that?
Me, I'm the NFT man.
You're the NFT man?
Yeah, you need some?
Are you Logan Paul?
No.
Are you Ja Rule?
Yes.
You are Ja Rule. Okay,
no,
cool.
I'm actually 50 Cent.
Oh. You should have got shot more.
I don't know, man. 9 was enough.
9 was enough. All right, so we're as
Speaking
of yesterday.
Of 9.
Yeah, As of yesterday, we launched RocketKnockers, so we got to get our shilling out of the way first. RocketKnockers was, I don't know, we've sold about 300 there. Things are going all right. A little more than we expected first day. And it seems like the people that are into it are pretty excited about the whole thing. I know Biggie, you picked some up.
Yeah, I picked up a couple, and I think we're doing, since the first 200 batch is over, we're going to be doing a reveal here pretty soon on the first batch.
Yeah,
what even are RocketKnockers?
It is kind of in an anime style.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know, right? And you're it's tokenomic. Well, it's NFTs with utility.
Ooh.
So you're gonna, by holding some of these NFTs, you're gonna be able to burn some of your bunny for the full ETH price, and depending on how many you hold is how much of an increase you'll get. So, say you want to burn off 1 ETH worth of bunny. If you hold 6 of the RocketKnockers, you're going to get a guaranteed 1.3 back in your return.
Well, what, in simple terms, what does that mean for me, the average bunny holder?
So say you want to sell your bunny, you get 100% of your price that you sell. But if you hold NFTs and you burn it for ETH instead of selling, you get 130%.
Ooh.
So it's a guaranteed return.
It's a guaranteed 30% return on what you already have.
And once you claim those rewards, there's nothing stopping you from buying back into bunny and repeating the whole process.
So why weren't we invited to be the service provider?
What service?
I'd like to speak with your manager.
Go ahead.
What exact service do you offer?
Yeah, what service do you provide?
We provide an abundance of services. We provide
this is a really hostile promotion atmosphere. What service do you provide?
Hey, what service do you need? Technically, we provide B2B and B2C NFT services. Anything you might imagine on a digital ledger in form of an NFT, we can provide it.
Explain that to me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. What are you
providing? We get you the funny JPEG.
Oh, cool. I like those.
We get you the funny JPEG. We can do abundance of stuff. We can talk with you. And the funny thing about NFTs is right now they're regarded as digital art, which they don't really have to be. That's how first Bitcoin was considered a novelty, something that nobody would use, something that only nerds and cyberpunks used. and then it actually reached some utility. That's the prospect of NFTs. Issue is they can really be something big. The broader issue is nobody's using them for any bigger purpose. All they
Right.
do is represent digital art, and non-fungible tokens can be so much more. And we're striving to, well, not only create a purpose, but create a demand and create a service to solve said demand.
I think we had talked about some spitball ideas on what could be done there, and on the last episode. But what what do you guys have? What are you talking about as far as development and that kind of thing?
Development of what exactly?
Well, what you say they could be more. So what are you
Well,
going to be doing with them?
NFTs could and should be far more than they are. They shouldn't really rely on digital art. You see, technically, well, every consumable. Think of it like, say you're going to a concert. You need a concert ticket. Why would you get a concert ticket when you can get an NFT that represents said concert ticket? And that's not only eco-friendly. It makes it so everything's on your phone, everything's private, everything's your own.
But
Combine
does it
that with
have
a
a cute doggy on it?
It can, if you want to. No, technically, any type of consumable in the world can be tokenized into NFTs and used as such. Well, you can't really
The concert
drink or
ticket
read.
thing is actually a pretty good idea.
It is a really
That's-
good idea.
Like
That's
with a lot
one.
of big festivals and shit out here, there's people selling bunk tickets.
Well, yeah, absolutely. You don't want to get them from some shady dude in front of the concert. You can get them on a digital ledger completely anonymously.
And we have over here in the States, we have Ticketmaster, which is probably the worst company in U.S. history.
Actually, I'm not acquainted with Ticketmaster, so
Oh,
can't really
yeah,
say
you
much.
wouldn't be, because they kind of cornered the U.S. market and stopped there. But yeah, I've never had a good experience with them.
Well, you don't really have to apply that only to to consumables. Think about proof of ownership of anything.
That's
Everybody knows the horror story of the Reddit dude that bought he bought 10,000 barrels of oil when it was super cheap, and they delivered it to him. What if they can help? No, but yeah, stuff like that does happen. What if you could just get an NFT for it, and it's going to be redeemable for 10,000 barrels of oil? So technically, you can tokenize anything. Issue is, nobody's doing it. Nobody's building infrastructure for it. You can't really blame the people for not doing it, because any kind of, as you boys would best know, any kind of innovation is horribly difficult to implement. The broader problem is implementing it into the existing both private and corporate net framework. It's a complex thing. Companies aren't going to change to accommodate NFTs, and NFTs aren't going to adapt to companies. So you need
unless it's really worth their while, or unless it kind of grabs their attention.
You're always going to have companies doing novel things. They've been doing it for years. They'll be doing it for decades. But still, you need to find a way to integrate new technologies into existing frameworks and slowly adapt and change them. So, way back in the day when you went to the DMV, it all used to be done by papers. Stacks upon stacks upon stacks. Now it's 3 clicks on a PC and you're done. So that's something we can do with NFTs. That's something we can do with Web3 as a whole. So it's a slow and arduous process, but you can most definitely do a lot of stuff with it.
And I think that was a joke we made on the last one, but it doesn't have to be a joke. Was you could instead of a registration on the backside of your car or a license plate, you could have a little QR code. And it would be absolute proof of this is what it is, and it's not easy to fake. It's not depending on how deep they go, it's impossible to fake. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything can exist. Any kind of digital content can exist on the digital ledger, which means you can tokenize it, which means you should tokenize it, which means we're moving forward.
Well, and it just takes people, it takes baby steps, I think.
And I think, but true.
Yeah, I think those steps are being made, on kind of a daily basis. As you go through, it's people are doing more and more stuff, and it's only so long until they realize how big it could be.
Well, that's another problem. People tend to get very overwhelmed And companies don't really get overwhelmed. They get too futuristic at times. Go look at how well Google Glass did. That sounded like no, honestly, that sounded like a great idea to absolutely everybody involved. Market research showed it would go well. Everything suggested that it would be a major success. It's only that the existing global infrastructure would not support it in any capacity, which means either Google had to scrap the glass or the world had to scrap basically everything. The same thing applies to both Web3 and NFTs.
Yeah. So tell me, now that we've got kind of where you're planning on going, what are you guys doing right now?
Well, right now we just released one of the projects in association with some really fun stuff. We released DogeX as we provided the art for DogeX. It was really fun. DogeX hasn't sold out yet. I hope it will soon. It's picking up steam as we speak. Sadly, we had we released on the day when the Gwei went to what 11,000. So
that was a really weird day because I saw it go. Yeah, I saw it. I think the highest I saw it was 9,000, but I also saw it at 3 for about 5 seconds.
I saw it at 11,000 the second we opened Mint.
Now I took a screenshot because I opened Dex Tools and it was sitting there at 3. and then I refreshed the page and it was back at 1,100.
Well, let's face it. What the $480 billion got liquidated within 11 minutes. It was a plan. It was it's kind of transparent as to what happened. Sadly, we had the mishap of launching it on that day. But honestly, all things considered, it's doing fantastic. I'm very happy with it.
It's recovered all right then, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It has actually very fun stuff in the works. I'd not like to release yet, but I can. Maybe later on. What I'd like to talk about is what we did. We did the art. The next best NFT project I could find in the genre did 180 to 220 assets, most of which were just 50 assets and then a couple of recolors and reskins. We took it a step farther. We did 1,075 assets. And
that's too many assets.
Well, that's not too many assets.
That's too many.
It made almost every DogeX every DogeX NFT as unique as possible. Giving it the problem with NFTs is it started being trendy again,
right?
Which means a lot of new people are trying to make some cash grabs out of it. They don't really care about providing any value to their project. They don't develop anything. They don't develop utility. They don't develop a metaverse. They don't develop anything. That's not what we're striving at. I'm not looking to make a cash grab out of anything. I'm actually have some very outstanding long-term plans for this, but sadly, the market got really swarmed. So with a bunch of inferior projects, a superior one is going to stand out, which is what made DogeX as cool as it is.
I had mentioned Logan Paul earlier because Biggie, why don't you tell me what you read?
Logan Paul NFT project.
Yeah,
where he just sold fucking Adobe stock photos.
Yeah, was it Adobe?
Yeah, it's Adobe stock photos. So he would take an Adobe stock photo of an elephant and then an Adobe stock photo of a fucking butterfly, and then put the butterfly's wings on the elephant and call it something like a elephant butterfly or something like that, and then it would sell it. And I think he made $3 million.
Well, yeah, but that's one side of the coin, though.
It's hot garbage, is what it is.
Yeah, that's whatever what we're going on. It's a fucking money grab.
It shows cash grab or no cash grab. It shows the prospect of NFTs in one light or the other. While that might have been a cash grab for him, it certainly spread awareness about the whole market. It's not the crypto people that bought it; it's Logan Paul's fans. So in one way, he did everybody a favor and made a bunch of money while at it. And maybe not too much effort, but still, Logan Paul he's a brilliant businessman. That's one thing.
No, but it did shine a light on the kind of
NFT craze.
The nonsense of the NFT craze. But like you're saying, there is a hell of a lot of potential for growth
Well,
after the
take a look at
fact.
crypto.
Right.
You
No,
you can you can spot 10 to 20. Go on Telegram. Go look at the BSC and ETH launch Dex tools thing that mentions every time there. God, what's its name? Every time a
the new
liquidity is
pairs
added.
bot.
Yes, the new
Yeah.
pair spot. You can spot like 10 or 20 of them going out like every a couple of hours. It's insane.
Oh, you
And
mean like the most recent one was Ultra Instinct Goku Inu Gladiator Trading / WETH.
yes,
Could you send me the
Yeah.
contract for that? That thing sounds great.
You gonna ape in with your whole stack there?
Yep.
let me get 10 ETH on that, please.
Yeah, no, that's an easy 1,000 times.
So yeah, you guys see with so many shitcoins popping up every day, not everyone is going to be the next Cardano. Not everyone is going to be the next ETH. Well, basically, none of them are. A lot of projects that
No, they're
turn
not
out to
even
be cash grabs are genuinely grow up into something else. Who's go on Dex tools. The top 10 trending, I can name at least three that aren't really projects. They're overgrown meme coins.
right. No, they're not even thinking about their end of day, let alone their end of year.
Yeah,
They're
which isn't a
working for
good
the
thing.
next 45 minutes instead of the next 6 months.
I don't like that, but that's on them.
No, I don't either, but it is what it is, and it's the
It's the
space
same
that we
thing with
play in. But
NFTs. It's the same thing when Logan Paul takes stock photos and sell them. It's the same thing.
right, yeah, it's cash grab and it's very low effort.
Well, I don't know. Actually, Logan Paul doesn't really. It takes a lot to be Logan Paul. Logan Paul is a brilliant businessman. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be where he is. That's one thing. But with low effort rebrands, who's to say he even did that? Who's to say it wasn't some executive? Who's to say it wasn't?
Right,
Because Logan Paul isn't Logan Paul. Logan Paul is a business and a
it's
brand.
a business. Right, so somebody could have brought him, the whole shebang and said, "Hey, throw your face on this."
Yes, most likely.
And he's gonna catch the heat for it. He's gonna catch the flack from the people who are actually out there doing stuff. But in actuality, aside from putting his face on it, it's not his fault.
Well,
I don't
that might be the case. I have no idea. I don't know Logan
exactly.
Paul.
It's all speculation.
Hmm.
But no, there is as I think that the problem is when you have projects that do run after that easy cash, that run after that, it does, I think it does detract from the whole space though.
Hmm.
Every time there's a rug pull, every time someone gets screwed out of some of their money, it's one more person that is less likely to continue to invest, to continue to interact with other projects. It's
I don't think
that
that's the case.
no.
No, I lost a substantial amount of money when I first got into this. It was like some time ago though, but still I did lose a substantial amount of money on it. But I used that as a lesson. It taught me what not to look for in a project.
Right. No, but I think that's the kind of the exception that proves the rule. There.
Why do you think
I
so?
don't. I don't know that the majority of people involved in crypto have that kind of patience, have that kind of especially within the last, I don't know, 9 months or so. It's been billed as a way to turn your $10 into 10 grand overnight, and I don't think that that's the way it should be.
Well, let's be very fair and honest. I'm not one to judge anybody else, but if you own $500 and you throw all 500 at a very high risk play, you're not really doing a good job, are you?
Right.
So
But
I
how do you? Well, and like you said, you lose money early, but if you don't stick around, you'll never learn.
well, absolutely, but who's to say you shouldn't stick around? It's we're living we're the early adapters of where this is big, and it's not even big yet.
Right. No, I've quoted the same article that's probably about a month out of date, but adoption's up 900% this year.
Hmm.
Um, and then 3 out of 4 people who got into crypto this year made money on it, which is a pretty that's a good hit rate. But I bet you that fourth person just got kind of fed up or got so downtrodden over the whole thing that it made them say never again. I know
Well,
2018 did that to quite a few people.
well, let's
And
face it. Finance is no matter how fun Reddit's 4chan everything might be. Finance is finance. Finance is not
right,
a joke. It's a very serious. It's a very serious thing, and combining that with cutting edge technology, it's even more serious. So, if you don't do your homework, you don't really deserve to consume the fruits of your labor because you did no labor. If you just
that's
ape
true.
in without a mind, without and doing any research on anything, it kind of goes to show you really shouldn't be doing that. And if you
Yeah, you're
don't want
kind
to
of
stick around, that's on you.
reaping what you sow.
Hmm? So.
But again, the people that held through that 2018 that continued to interact with crypto, they've done well for themselves once once the overall once it kind of swung back the other way.
Well,
Those
yeah,
are
it's
those are
always
the guys that are swinging larger amounts of money around because they stuck through it, because they did what was necessary, and kept to themselves, or kept true to themselves.
well, yeah. That's the technology aspect of it. A lot of people know, I'm here for the tech. I'm here for. You're not here for the tech. You're here for the money. But
Biggie's here for the
that's the
tech.
kind of people that lose. That's the kind of people that lose. If you don't see any prospect in this and are looking to get a cash grab, that's completely okay. You can most definitely grab some cash, but learn how to do it.
Right. Biggie's here for the tech.
Absolutely, buddy. I'm here for how much tech my millions are gonna buy me.
A Biggie, what's an NFT?
What's an NFT? It's a fucking useless piece of junk.
Well, let's take a quick break and tell you about Rocket Knockers.
Oh, hold on.
As someone who
Just
owns a
released a
bunch of
series of
NFTs,
NFTs.
it could be anything, man. You can use NFTs for almost anything in the financial sector, anything that regarding ownership of an item. You can use it for art. You can use it for fucking tickets, allegations to things, anything, dude. I
And
mean,
why don't you?
why don't you? Because they're brand new and no one's doing it, brother.
We're doing it.
You say so, but where?
Give me a minute. Hey, we're very young. We have
Can
very
I buy
little
my
prospect.
NFT tickets to Tomorrowland right now?
Yes. Give me your seed phrase.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
I could hear it in your voice. That's exactly the line I was waiting for.
Yeah, just DM me a image of your MetaMask and an image of your secret seed recovery phrase, and then I'll give you your tickets.
You got it, buddy.
Thanks.
I'll get right on that. I'm just gonna, just so you can see, I'm gonna post it in QTN chat,
Don't
just
post your
so.
seed phrase into QTN judges.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that you can see it. I'll tag you in it.
Don't post it.
So on your website, what's the 10,000% reward?
Yeah, what is that?
That's our coin. That's QTN the coin, not QTN the project. It's a QTN the coin has a fork of Zap. Zap is currently dead, and so are all of its clones. We're the only fork that survived, but that's because we strive to provide utility. Also, I don't see your seed phrase anywhere. We're actually
I'm
going to
typing it
relaunch
out
the
right
coin.
now.
We're going to relaunch the coin so we can increase adaptability, applicability, and most importantly, scalability, so we can implement it with far more stuff. Sadly, the tokenomics, while very fun, aren't too feasible for the very long term because they come with a couple of technical issues that Zap themselves didn't predict. Luckily, we did manage to solve them, but still, it's not too feasible for what we'd like to integrate them with later down the line because, again, we're striving to be on the cutting edge of technology and more ways than one. So we're just gonna do a little more fun. We do a little fun here. So we're likely going to relaunch a coin within a month or two. Depends on a lot of things. We'll see. I'll make a formal announcement out of it. You can feature it on the next RocketCast. So yeah,
We probably won't do that.
yeah, I
We
know.
only show when the people are here.
Yeah. Well, QTN the coin is actually quite fun. It gives you massive reflections with a elastic supply. Take a look at Dogecoin, Litecoin, every other coin that inflates automatically. Yeah, it dilutes the value. Well, with
Mm-hmm.
QTN, it doesn't really do that. It's again, every time a new buy comes in, the contract automatically mints a portion of it and redistributes the rest to existing holders, which makes us eligible to give out massive redistribution without having absolutely any fees on the token. The token itself came out when fees were what, 20-30% on each transaction, which was utterly insane. And
I was just talking about how tired I am of these huge transaction fee coins.
yeah, and we wanted to start an NFT project, and those tokenomics were very appealing at the moment. And they technically still are, they will be. The fun thing about it is they don't really have a, well, they're going to be fun forever because there's no fees. You can buy and sell, and with each buy after you get more money with less money, if that makes sense. So you technically get infinite money. The more people that get it, you get more, and you don't need to give out any insane taxes on buys or sells. QTN has such a zero tax coin. And yeah, it's a very fun token standard. It's a very fun tokenomics. It's a very fun project. And with the relaunch, it's going to become that much more fun.
So and a while back there was a few tokens that were inflationary that were getting subjected to like flash loaning. Is that going to be out of the picture here?
Uh, that's not going to be out of picture. It is out of picture. We have removed the possibility of a flash loan with a limit. You can't trade twice within a 5 minute time frame, which actually makes flash loans impossible. Not next to impossible, it makes them impossible.
Okay. Oh, I see
So
that right here at the bottom. Okay. So zero tax on all transactions, instant rewards. No, it seems like it's as far as the kind of the tokenomics, it makes things kind of a win-win on both sides because you're getting the your full value on your buy-in and then additional after the fact.
absolutely, one of the fun things about it is, unlike with the standard RFI contract, not only can we automate this, we can make it tax free. And I can't stress this enough. I hate taxes on coins. I don't like it when I go to buy a project and they take 10% of what I paid initially. It makes everything but buying on launch or hoping it goes parabolic absolutely useless because
Right.
I'm not chasing things that are going to do X 10,000 baby X Inu poo poo coin.
To the moon.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
that's a huge problem I have with crypto in general. Well, not crypto, it's a, well, for lack of a better term, shit coins.
Right. No, it's it and now if you're having to, I've seen you said 10%. I've seen upwards of 20% on coins that actually, got some traction going. And if you're having to clear 40% to even, well, 40% before ETH
Round
fees
trip.
and all of that, gas fees, you either have to throw in quite a bit of money or, like you just said, get in very early or get very lucky on what goes absolutely crazy. 40% to clear is it's rough.
Sickly. Round trip taxes are insane. I absolutely despise them. Whatever we do with QTN afterwards, we can still promise that we're going to remain a zero tax coin. I dislike
Hmm.
taxes on coins, and even with the relaunch, there is no tax. There is never going to be a tax. The point of the whole relaunch is to, well, to be very honest and very blunt, it's to ease the stress on the contract itself. It's to make it's to reward the holders that had been there before the relaunch, and it's to improve both adaptability, scalability, and application. Because application is a very important thing, and sadly, with the existing tokenomics, we can't implement it within a bunch of stuff. Most importantly, well, centralized exchanges, which we all know are a very important crutch when it comes to crypto. And seeming, well, some like it, some dislike it. Personally, I
Mhm.
am indifferent on it. But considering that, well, the entire QTN team, including myself at the head of it, have very huge plans for the entire project. We are going to have to indubitably start working with centralized exchanges. We're going to try and work with brands. We're going to try and work with a lot of stuff. And, well, with how iffy these people are on copying complex tokenomics and adapting them, it needs to be optimized. And that's what we strive to do with the relaunch. Again, more details will come as they come.
I
So,
gotcha.
yeah, it's fun. Fun stuff inbound.
You know what else
But
is fun? Anime titties.
they are fun. I'm not. It's really not my bag, but I like ours.
We agree.
Now we've got see, and same thing. What you're saying is with that innovation. We could just, as far as competition on the waifu NFTs, the art is better than what is out there, but Psychor, he always has to do something different, something off the wall, and
Well,
so
that's the
he
point.
he
That's why Rocket Buddy is successful.
and so what we had to do was make make their, besides just the fact that you might be able to resell them down the road, there has to be some reasoning behind wanting them.
You
There has
need
to be
quality.
something that they do. Yeah, quality and then utility.
Well,
And
absolutely.
and
That applies to quality as well. When I say quality, I don't only mean art quality. I mean the entire RocketKnockers need to be high end in order to fit in with the existing already huge RV ecosystem.
and it has to have something that makes it stand out.
Well,
In
just
the
like the
throng
rest.
that is, the throng that is the open sea, front page. Something has to grab you there besides titties.
Well, yes, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. One of the things I strongly dislike about, we talked about this, most NFT projects that pop up these days are cash grabs. That's really not fun for anybody. Technically, they can always, and they still will be digital collectibles. The thing that people, the average investor, needs to watch out for is who's doing it. Because, see, when I see Rocket Bunny, which is a well established project, doing an NFT series, I am 10 times as likely to purchase it than if, say, some randos were doing some rando stuff.
Yeah. No. There has talking with Sai. He's a pretty humble guy, but he always seems to be surprised with kind of the reputation that he's garnered in the space. The ones that know,
We
it,
like Biggie.
he he's said it a couple of times, but we've got a lineup for people to get listed on the decks, and it's it doesn't take them a while, but you got to gather information, you got to vet these people, but the name is out there, and I'll be honest, at the moment the chart doesn't reflect that, but the work is still being done, and it is a lot easier to get that work done when things are slow than, say, when you've got 10,000 moon boys joining your Telegram and asking when marketing, when this, when that.
Well,
So
that's a touchy topic. Chart wise, you said the chart isn't doing too well. Based on what? The chart isn't doing too well.
my expectations, my personal expectations.
The QTN chart is doing okay. I'm not dissatisfied with how things are going, but the QTN holder base and family is fairly small. So now that we've provided DogeX with the art, it's been very fun. It's been quite a
And
wild
have
ride.
you
We don't intend to stop, and since there are very little people that hold QTN at the moment, most of them get eligible for the airdrop. And I've actually announced an airdrop of 50 DogeX NFTs, and I still haven't gotten all the addresses I need to send them out to. So some people might get two. We might send some to
So if you're
strategic
listening
partners.
this and you're on the list, send your
Send your
although
address. You get a
send your
free funny
address.
JPEG.
You get a free funny dog JPEG.
Hey, it's not a funny dog JPEG. It's from a technical standpoint, it's the most sophisticated NFT project out there.
I don't know. We got titties, man.
We got the infinite numbers.
Do your dogs have titties?
Do yours?
What? Oh, we don't
What?
have dogs.
What?
All right, we'll go on to the next topic here. No, we're it's and back swinging back around. It's really in a world where so many people are just throwing their money around. It is very difficult to get people to look at something that is pushing the boundaries and to kind of garner that attention. But the
with
people,
with the work, the attention comes on its own.
right?
Kinda.
Well, and it's I think it's kind of people always talk about FOMO and that kind of stuff. I think the people who do their research and jump in, because they see potential there, those are the ones that deserve it. Those are the ones that deserve to make it, for lack of a better word.
Well, that's completely correct.
And that's kind of how it's always been. If you just kind of skip over and chase the next pump, more than likely you're going to lose every time. You might get lucky, but at that point you might as well go down to the casino.
Well, while that is true, I do think it's a. Well, we're all aware with what happened at the start of the year with the SARS-CoV-2 virus, the coronavirus. Everything got a little bit hectic. The big squeeze, the Wall Street bets. Honestly, well, no, it's as negative as it is positive. While it did bring a lot of new eyes into crypto and a lot of new money into crypto, it made crypto far more attractive. And see, a lot of people got into stocks at that time, not necessarily the meme stocks. Well, they did, but still, they got acquainted with finance. When it comes to decentralized finance, a lot of people found it far more appealing because, let's face it, while this conversation has been going, ETH has both dropped and jumped more than any stock has today.
Right.
So
well, it's
a lot
Sunday,
of people
so the
see
stock
the.
market's closed.
That might be a reason for it. The markets aren't open. Man, the New York Stock Exchange is not doing shit today.
Fuck you. No, but
no change? What is this nonsense?
well, you do get the gist of it. The point is, things
Yeah.
move far faster in crypto, and that'll attract a lot of new people, new money, new investors. Issue is, a lot of them don't want to do any research, don't want to learn anything, and they lose money, and that's okay. If you lose money and stick around, you'll make money eventually. I haven't heard of one diligent person that didn't make it in crypto. Crypto isn't. I mean, as long as you put your heart into it, as long as you put effort into it, you can most definitely make it from an investment standpoint. From a development standpoint, the thing is very different because from a developer standpoint, you're not really looking at the next pump, the next big project. You want to make the next big project. You want to do something unique. You want to provide a unique service. You want to do something that actually works. Yeah. See, people have been fighting Chainlink horribly for the past, 6 months because it's a no use coin, no use coin. Nobody uses Oracle. Nobody's going to solve the Oracle issue. And it's simply not true. Ask one original Link Marine how well they're doing, and then go to Sergey and ask Sergey how well the project is doing. It's baseless FUD. So, from a development standpoint, if you want to do something, the first thing you should do is assemble the correct team. Because sadly, and I found this on my own, you really can't do everything by yourself. But as long as you connect with the right people, and in DeFi, we all know how easy that is. As long as you have the adequate people skills and put some effort into it. Because again, people don't want to. People want everything too fast. There hasn't been a point in history where the average man, you, me, isn't really
no, I
average,
thought.
but still, you can't really make as much money as fast as you can, and people still don't think it's enough.
Well, so on that point, I bought some QTN at the start of this podcast, and I haven't made $1,400,000. What's the problem? Win marketing.
Uh, Actually, the problem isn't with QTN. I think the problem might be with your seed phrase. If you can please send it to me, I'm gonna fix it for you.
I already did. I sent it there, and then I sent it in DeFi Gem Hunters, and then I sent it in. I put it on Reddit too.
Paste. Well, the issue is going to resolve itself within a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Marketing
No,
wise, we do have quite an extensive plan to go into effect right after we deal with the relaunch, which again I'm hoping to get done by not end of September, but beginning to mid of October. I hope to get the relaunch, not going finished. Every detail is going to be provided in a few days. So, yeah, that's fun. Right now I'm handling, since again, I took 50 DogeXs so I can airdrop them to people. Well, I haven't taken them yet, but I will. To airdrop them to QTN holders to reward them for being holders and for being a fun community. Because let's face it, they're really cool people. Shout out to Captain Clyde. There's a lot of fun stuff going on, and I still didn't get all the replies I needed. Like, people don't want to claim their freebies, and it's freebies, and they're not worthless. That's
Well,
the point.
just send me the remainder.
Nah. Send me
I'll
your
trade
seed
you.
phrase.
I'll trade you a seed phrase. It's not mine. It's somebody. It's one I just made, but you'll get one.
Okay, you can get a custom NFT.
It's just gonna be your face flipping me off, huh?
Trust me, it's not going to be my face. Might be something else of mine, though.
All right, well, send it right now. I want to see.
Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
No, I'm excited about what because I was one of the ones that why in the hell would you buy any of these NFTs? But the more I think about it, and talking to you, talking to Biggie, talking to people that have been in it, you just kind of need that aha moment.
There you go.
You
I sent
need.
you a picture.
Oh, what do we got? No, you didn't. You're a liar. You're a liar and a thief. Oh, nice. Look at that. I didn't know they got that small.
Well, your mom doesn't seem to mind.
Oh, God. Mama jokes. All right. I think we're done here.
There's no joke, man.
What, Biggie, you got any closing remarks that aren't going to get us canceled somewhere?
As long as he makes my mom happy, that's all that matters.
Okay.
2 minutes is 2 minutes.
What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
It was making your mom happy.
Let's face it. 2 minutes is 2 minutes, regardless. It gives me more
That's
time
true.
to scream at Dex tools. It gives me more time to get stuff done with QTN. 2 minutes is more than enough.
All I'm saying is you should only be there for you and you only, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You're not grounded anymore.
What?
Nothing.
End this fucking podcast, bro.
All right, we're done. Thanks for being here.
Mwah, I'm gonna see you guys.
That was really close. All right.
Bye.
Bye.